Hello, good morning. I may present the technical training program for youth with basic education and in collaboration with YECA Celaya. My partners are Abela Hernández, Marlon David, Bustamante Soria, José Miguel, Pedraza Gutiérrez, Francisco Javier, Sánchez Paola, Secundino Murayama, Maider Guadalupe y Torres Janet Guadalupe. This project aims to design and manage the implementation of a technical training program for youth people with basic education in collaboration with YECA, the State Institute of Training and Technical Development in Celaya. The team will act as a link between the institution and the productive sector, identifying opportunities of improvement in the current training programs and proposing the adaptation of a creation of courses designed with the needs of the local industrial sector. And next up in the project, we will tell you what kind of activities we do to try to get this approved.
Now we are going to explain on the most important sections of our project, the activity groups. There's activity help organize the development of the technical training program in collaboration with YECA in Celaya. They allow us to define responsibilities, coordinate with institutions and companies, and ensures that the program meets the needs of young students and the industrial sector. First, we work on the institutional and legal frameworks. In this stage, we prepared a collaboration letter to establish agreements between the involved parties. We also define responsibilities such as instructions, facility materials, and administrative tasks in order to ensure good organization during the implementation of the project. The sector activity groups in sector collaboration. For this part, meetings were planned with companies and schools to validate their interest in the program. This is important because it helps confirm that there is a real demand for technical training. In addition, we identified the technical profiles and skills currently required by companies in the local labor market. Another important group is the academic program design. Here, we established the general objective of the program and define the entry profiles for participants, including academic requirements, age range, and basic skills. We also determine the technical areas and modules that will be included in the training program. Finally, we include activities related to the school for application management. Their activities involve coordinating the registration process with YECA and promoting the program in basic education school to attract students and inform them about the benefits of the course. All these, all these activities were managed and organized using Mint Manager, which helped us structure the project and coordinate the different tasks efficiently. No me
I'm going to present you the schedule. The original schedule that we had was planned with a broad and careful approach using more time and human sources to complete all activities along periods that are assigned to meetings, companies, and document research in order to collect detailed information and validate the project properly. In addition, many activities were carried out, and after another will full dedication, which increased the overall workload and cost. Although this approach allowed a deeper analysis, it also required more labor and longer working times. So this schedule was kind of bigger than we want to, because we have to lower the cost and also be less be less with the time of the activities to try to reduce the cost of some of these activities. So we get an adjust schedule, trying to get adjust also for the budget. This schedule was created for a focus in resources optimization, reducing time and simplifying process without affecting the main goals of the project. Key activities were shorter, and some tasks were assigned to only one collaborator to improve efficiently. Also, for getting lower cost. So the new schedule also consider real conditions, such as in limited viability in educational institutions, and the realization that some activities require less time than originally planned. This helped to create a more compact schedule while keeping the project functional with lower costs and fewer resources. It's also managed with Mid Manager. With Mid Manager, we get also the adjust schedule and also the older schedule, trying to adjust also with Mid Manager, trying to get a better budget also.
This slide shows milestones of the project. Each milestone represents the completion of a key phase, help us evaluate progress, and supports decision making for the next stage. Preparation of the collaboration letter. The collaboration letter defines the main agreements, responsibilities, and scope of the project. Meeting with IECA to define responsibilities. This milestone organizes the responsibilities of each participant and improves coordination with IECA. Confirmation of required technical profiles. This milestone identifies the technical skills most needed in the labor market. Obtaining official certification. This milestone gives official validation to the program and allows participants to receive certification. Promotion of the course on the basic education schools. The program promotion begins in schools to attract students and measure public interest.
Each team member had specific responsibilities to support the planning, coordination, and implementation of the program. First, Janet Torres was responsible for preparing collaboration letters and confirming the technical perfiles required by companies. Mm, Francisco Pedraza eh, coordinated meetings, managed certification with IECA, and organizes the registration process. José Miguel Bustamante hand communication with companies, support letters, staff payments, materials, and promotion. Marlon Abella focused on documentary research and monitoring the number of participants. Maider Secundino explored internship and job opportunities, defined technical areas of the program, and supported course promotion. Finally, Paula Sanchez established the general objectives of the program and defined participant requirements. Other human resources were essential for the success of the project because teamwork, organizing, and clear responsibilities help us achieve our objectives effectively.
And the next topic is the budget of the project. An initial budget, we had a budget of 35.23 pesos Mexicans was developed including the labor cost, the transportation, the materials, the administrative expenses, and the dissemination activities. But subsequently, we had an optimization of the process, having a result of the 28.71% around the adjustment of the strategy in all the project. With the next activities, we had the most part of reduction with the budget. At the first place, we have the documentary research of a stakeholder interest who has the 86% of the reduction. In this activity, we had the optimization of the reducing the segments, and while the next activity is the meetings with the companies to validate the interest who has the 45% of reduction. In this part, we could reduce the part of the days, uh, arriving the 12 days to 5 days. And with the next activities, we have the meetings with educational institutions to validate the interest, who has the 55% of reductions, who has the cost optimization, who was achieved by reducing in-person visits, incorporation the digital communications. And with the next activities, we have the definition of the participant administration profile, who like they represent the recruitment management, who has the 57% of the reductions, and this was possible using information was previously developed during at the academic design.
So, moving on to our next key question, how much does the project cost? Initially, the project was estimated to have a total cost of 35,000 Mexican pesos, as you can see here under the original budget section. However, after carefully reviewing our activities, optimizing our resources, and adjusting the project schedule, we managed to bring that number down, like really down. Our new budget is now 24,000 Mexican pesos. What that mean? This represents a total reduction of 10,000 Mexican pesos, which means we successfully saved 28% of the original budget. All of this without compromising the project's value. Okay, so now let's look the viability of the project by explaining its cost benefits relationship. First, on the cost side, this project has a highly positive outlook because we are leveraging existing resources by utilizing the current infrastructure, instructors, and certification from IECA. We are significantly reducing our implementation costs from very start. In return, the social and economic benefits are substantial. This project will directly improve the technical and entrepreneurial skills from young people. As a result, it will increase their employability opportunities and strengthen our connection with the productive sector. Finally, as we mentioned earlier, the update budget managed to reduce cost by 28% without affecting our main objective. This clearly demonstrates that the project is not only highly efficient but also completely viable from a final standpoint. Moving forward, let's address a strategic question. Which group of tasks is the most expensive but requires the least external investment? To answer this, our analysis looked for a group of tasks that required every few operational resources, meaning no transportation, logistic, or multiply collaborators on the field, but still represented a higher cost due to the intellectual work involved. Based on these criteria, the academic program design group stands out. As you can see in the diagram, this phase did not require any field work or travel expenses. However, it still generated a significant cost because of the intense amount of the planning, analysis, and continuous desk work needed to define the objectives, entry profiles, and technical areas.